This week on Rocks in a Hard Place.
Should easily hide something. There's tracks running through the bushes left, right, Chelsea.
Support weapons flight go looking for hidden rockets. And some information from the locals.
You've got a big job on your hands if you're going to try and find everything. That's what we're here for. Support weapons, good bunch of lads, hard workers, like chimp a little bit, monk a little bit, but at the end of the day we get on with the job, do it better than everyone else.
As well as 3 rifle flights known as A, B and C flights, each RAF Regiment squadron also has a support weapons flight. Responsible for the squadron's mortars, the men of support weapons also double up as a 4th rifle flight when required.
We're more senior flight in the squadron. We've got this dual role mortars and we do a rifle flight's job as well at the same time.
Because we're not a rifle flight, we're a mortar flight, and we all bond together more, I reckon. We're different.
We do work a little bit harder than the other flights, in that sense, like, but same time we're still doing the same job.
Once you're on mortars, you stay on mortars. The lads love it on mortars, so I love it on mortars. Great bunch of lads. I won't leave mortars now.
3 in the morning, and the day is just beginning for Ash, Rick and the rest of the flight. With intelligence suggesting militias are hiding weapons nearby that could be used in rocket attacks against the Cobb, it's up to support weapons to check out an area of interest.
We did a heli drop-off to search around in that area to see if we can find anything, like a cache, see if they've hidden anything.
It was an area of interest, thought that would be a good place for a weapons cache. Like, especially with all the rivers and that, you could bang something in that.
Should easily hide something. There's tracks running through the bushes left, right, Chelsea.
We'll give it 10 minutes, mate. All right, so 5 o'clock, please.
Yeah.
All right, get your night sights changed.
Yeah.
After waiting until first light, the lads kit up and begin their search.
Just went in, just had a little bit of a look around, like, that's why I call it a rummage, because you're just having a look at things. And you've got a big job on your hands if you're going to try and find everything. But that's what we're here for.
It was very difficult because of the terrain and all the overgrowth, and it was just junk around there really as well.
You would quite easily be able to put something in there, especially with all the buildings around there. It's good, like good reference point if like someone's put that cache in there and you're like telling your mate about it.
Just off the river, a couple of mud huts. There's your indication. If you're trying to tell like the rocket team, yeah, mud hut, 20 metres left of the mud hut, dig in.
Unfortunately, there's not a great deal that we're finding. However, that's the luck of the draw.
With the search failing to turn up anything concrete, the flight wait for their helicopter pickup. However, the mind of Sergeant Ronnie Males is occupied by more serious matters.
Oh, mate, if I don't get my croissants, that's it, you're f***ed. You know that, don't you? I'm f***ing man hungry. I reckon I could eat my weight's worth of croissants at the moment.
Thankfully, it's not long before the Merlin helicopter arrives. With a short flight back to the Cobb, there's just enough time to grab breakfast before the flight are out on the ground again.
There was a rocket that was fired towards the Cobb yesterday evening, so we've gone to investigate that. We've been linked in with the local police at the Iraqi police station, and unfortunately the RPS don't know anything about it. We've then come on a foot patrol into the village to ask the locals if they've heard anything, and as usual they haven't seen or heard anything, and that's probably to do with the fact that in the evenings what can happen is when the ISF, the Iraqi security forces, aren't in the area and we haven't got a patrol out, the militia will come back into the village and basically sometimes, similar to Afghan, they'll deliver a thing called a death letter. Well, they'll know if people are informing the security services about their activities, they'll then threaten to kill them, and that's an ongoing situation in these villages.
But on the way out of the village, something catches the lads' attention.
See the mound to the bottom right of it?
Yeah.
It's freshly dug soil on top of it.
Okay, so what you've got here then, what we call markers, that basically will indicate where the enemy might be using something. It could be hard or a cache, or it could be a position where it's going to fire rockets from.
When you go out on patrols, you just think like everything's a marker, and you're like...
You'll see a series of scrap metal that's been placed in a line, and then to the right of that there's a post with a marker bag on it. Perpendicular to this line, you'll see what we call the raid balloon, which is in the centre of the camp. So that's a good indication that's what it could be, and that'll be annotated on our patrol report.
The RAF Regiment say they want thinking soldiers rather than just robots who like do as they're told and do it word for word.
I love it. I love the job. I love the lads, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
We do our job. There's just no point in rubbing it in people's faces, is there? We know we're good. You know, we don't like to brag about things, show off. It's like if you've got something, you don't need to show it off, do you?
Next time on Rocks in a Hard Place.
No one's done a patrol down here since 07.
A Flight visit an isolated Iraqi army post before venturing into unknown territory.
The Iraqi army have just warned us that keep your eyes open for militia in the village, so we'll see how we go.